full of it if I bought like more expensive stuff. I didn't want people to think I was pretentious. Excuse me. Hey there, my handsome and pretty little Cobras, and welcome back to the Cobra's Nest. For those who are new, my name is Mignon Cobra and I make minimalism videos. Today's minimalism video is going to be a minimalism problem, addressing thoughts and fears in this lifestyle. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Let's get it, let's go. Woo. Checking out my Patreon and making a small donation to help support my channel. If not, then just help me out with the algorithm by giving this video a thumbs up and a subscribe, and let's get right into the video. Oh, on a side note, I just want to show you guys I made my own little YouTube play button and it says 600 subscribers. That's all of you guys. I just wanted to show the love and tell you guys I love you all and thank you so much for supporting me. I'm making this video because I do have a lot of new subscribers. I think I have like 100 plus new subscribers. So I was thinking maybe some of them are new to the whole minimalism tang. So I figured I wanted to talk about some of like the fears and thoughts that I had when I first started the lifestyle that I thought might be able to help somebody else out. Number one, the first one is the money aspect of saving money versus buying better. When I first got started in minimalism, I was kind of unsure what kind of path I wanted to take. I wasn't sure if I wanted to be a bit more like on the frugal side, or I wanted to be more kind of like the elite minimalism and just buy like really good quality stuff, but just like not a lot of it, even though it's like kind of expensive. And I really did struggle with that aspect. I also kind of feared judgment from others. I really didn't want to look like hobo-ish on the, frugal aspect. But at the same time, I felt kind of uncomfortable that like, what if people thought I was privileged, or if people thought I was just like privileged or snobby or so full of it if I bought like more expensive stuff. I didn't want people to think I was pretentious. So if you're new to this lifestyle, I just want to let you know that you shouldn't feel like ashamed or embarrassed about either aspects. If you kind of want to be more like tight and frugal with your money, you can definitely use minimalism to embrace that. And if you feel like you want to be a little bit more like on the bougie side and you want to have less but you want to have better, you should totally go for that. The life-changing magic of thinking big does say that if you want to buy good, buy twice as good and twice as less. Okay, number two, fear of judgment of others. When I first started the lifestyle, I wasn't going to tell anybody about it. I kind of had this fear that people were going to take minimalism as something a bit radical. At least when I first started, it's not nearly as popular online as it was when I first started. The only way you could get like any minimalism content was like people's blogs or some books that you might find at Urban Outfitters. I mean, like that's how I got started. I read the book Do Less by Rachel Jonat, and that kind of got the ball rolling for me. But beyond that, I was scared people were going to think I'm some sort of hippie. Like, who wouldn't want to buy more stuff? And it felt very like radical, but I gathered up my courage and I kind of like stuck to it. And luckily for me, it's been quite popular now. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I totally understand that being afraid to start something new and something that, well, at least now is not as radical, but is a little bit different from mainstream, is a really scary thing. And I think that you're perfectly justified in it. It will definitely take some time to get used to it and to not feel afraid. Okay, number three. In this vein of judgment and fear from others, there's the fear of thinking family and friends are going to judge you, think, are you broke? I definitely had this fear, especially with my friends, because the bulk of my minimalism journey was abroad and I spent it mostly with my friends. And I always had this fear that I wasn't buying a lot and I kind of wore the same thing over and over again. I was like, sometimes I had this fear that people were going to think I was broke. And I've kind of read this in other like minimalism forums. People sometimes have this fear that like their family members worry that like, are like you not doing okay? Do you need help with money? Because it might look like you need help, and maybe you do. I mean, I definitely started my minimalism journey to get my like shit together financially. I was a wreck, but I mean, as time went by, I started to kind of, I don't know, I think these things take time. I think my family and friends over time saw that this was a lifestyle that was actually benefiting me, and it wasn't because I just wanted to whip myself on the back and I can't buy things. No, it wasn't about that. But I mean, yes, it was partly about that. Who am I kidding? But you shouldn't be afraid of the judgment of family and friends. I think, I'm not going to sit here and lie and tell you that everyone's going to understand you and everyone's going to support you. And especially sometimes friends and loved ones can be kind of harsh. So you should definitely like mentally prepare yourself for that. But I like to think that family and friends would be understanding, especially if you're not shoving it down their throats. Sometimes people are judgy, maybe not because they're trying to judge you, but more as like a coping mechanism, just kind of like as a reaction to if you're trying to shove it down somebody else's throat, like, oh my god, minimalism is like the best thing since sliced bread. People might kind of feel like, whoa, chillax, relax, like I didn't ask for your life story. So I think if you just do you and just keep it on the down low, you shouldn't have to worry about family and friends judging you. And if they do, just accept that their judgment is their own opinions and not your own, and you have your own free will and are free to do whatever you want. So minimalism on, my friend. And number 4, feeling embarrassed. I don't know if other minimalists have experienced this, but there were periods of time where I did feel a little bit embarrassed by my minimalism. Like, we're talking and addressing fears here, so I guess this is like the darker side of minimalism, but there were times I did feel embarrassed. About what in particular, I can't really explain it, but just kind of like not looking like others. And beyond like venting or ranting about minimalism on the internet, I don't talk about minimalism with family and friends. Like, it's just like something really personal, and just like my declutters, which are really private and I don't like to show anybody, I don't like to talk about minimalism with family and friends. I just feel like it just opens me up to like judgment and opinions that I just don't need, because I'm very confident in the lifestyle that I've chosen, and I'm very happy with the lifestyle that I'm leading. Like, I've only seen benefits. Like, I don't waste money on junk. I wear my best stuff. I always look good. I feel like not stressed out by clutter, and I'm not on the rat race of consumerism. So I feel very happy and I'm reaping the benefits. So if somebody else doesn't think that this is a lifestyle that I ought to be living, that's their own opinion, but not mine. But coming back to the point about feeling embarrassed, there were times I felt a little bit embarrassed, I guess, about maybe looking the same every day. Like, my clothes are more or less the same. Sometimes I felt a little bit embarrassed about that. Sometimes if I went out with friends and we went shopping and they bought stuff and I didn't, I felt a little bit embarrassed. Like, sometimes I just felt embarrassed. People even just asked me about this lifestyle. I just kind of felt like, I hate being judged. I don't know, it must be a Libra trait, but I hate being judged. So I just felt embarrassed. And I guess, yeah, the only remedy that I could offer is that just over time, I kind of got over it and I just keep it on the down low. And if people do express an opinion about it, and I just remind myself of all of the benefits that I've experienced from minimalism, and then I don't feel so embarrassed, because it's been a really, really positive thing having embraced minimalism, and I really recommend it to anybody who's wanting to try it. If you can get over these 4 things that, holding you back or maybe make you feel afraid to start, just start in little small tangible ways and you'll definitely be reaping the benefits. So we have come to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.